Hi YouTube and fellow Doctor Who fans, it's me, I'm back again, and this time I'm going to be talking about the classic series of Doctor Who. And last week, as promised, I'm going to be talking about The Trial of a Time Lord, starring Colin Baker as the 6th Doctor, possibly my 5th favourite Doctor ever, and that's including the show as it stands now. Okay, so if you think of Trial of a Time Lord to be one massive story that is split up into 4 individual stories, that is basically what Trial actually is. I have actually watched this all the way through once before, but I'm going through it, like again, especially for you guys, because I want to give you something special. Just a little backstory before I begin. At this point in the Doctor Who history, it had been taken off the air by the BBC because they felt that it had reached its time. It had been on the air for a long time, and they thought that the public had had enough of it, and they couldn't see any future whatsoever of continuing with this TV series. So they had so for no apparent reason apart from that, they had taken it off the air, and Doctor Who had been off the air for about 18 months, and it hadn't been on TV whatsoever during that time period. And then after 18 months, that is right, 18 months, they decided to bring back the TV series and to put the Doctor back into his TARDIS. But they knew that they had to come up with a story that had enough interest to grab the people back again. So they thought, because they thought that the TV show is actually kind of on trial. So they thought, it would be kind of cool to actually put the Doctor on trial, which really works. I really love this DVD box set. I really, really do. Just to show you the front, just to show you the box itself. The front cover has the Doctor, Colin Baker. It has the Judge on the left hand side, and on the right it has the Valeyard, who tries to convict the Doctor. At the bottom you have the Gallifreyan space station, and it's emitting some kind of blue energy that is pulling the TARDIS down inside it. Sorry, my voice went there for a minute. It is a really shiny box. As you can see, it is a PG for anyone over in the States who doesn't actually understand our rating systems. PG is actually parental guidance, which basically means you may want to actually watch this before your kids actually do, but there's nothing in it that can scare them or frighten them or or whatever. The front and the back are exactly the same. The spine, or the side rather, is exactly the same as the front and the back, but in a more compact version. The top just has the Doctor Who logo and Trial of a Time Lord, and the bottom for anyone who wants to see the bottom. And it has four discs in it. Ooh, sorry, just knocked the camera there. Okay, so the first episode, is actually called The Mysterious Planet. This is my second time watching this, and I'm so glad that I enjoyed it better than the first time I actually watched it. Before I get into the storyline and finally the recommendations and the rating I'm going to give this story, I just wanted to show you the box itself. So you have the logo up here, you have a sticker here which says parts 1 to 4, and has the Mysterious Planet. Then you have Trial of Time Lord. Then you have the Colin Baker years down here, 1984 to 1986. The front cover shows the Doctor, Colin Baker. The main villain in this story, which is a robot called the L3. He does have another name, but I've completely forgotten it. But it actually does begin with D, so I was paying attention to that. And on the other side of the robot, you have a character which is quite actually popular in this story, which is the queen of the of the tribe of warriors in this episode. For anyone who has seen the Carry On movies, she is Joan Sims in this. So yeah, I actually really like her in this story. The back, or the spine, let's go. The spine is really plain. The back just has a series of images from the episode. The title, look, there's a Trial of Time Lord, the title, and a description of the episode as always. And then it has a list of the special features. Inside it has a booklet. As always, it gives you really informative behind the scenes backgrounds of all the information about this episode. And it has the disc, which is quite nice, but it's exactly the same as the front cover, but it only has the Doctor on it. Okay, so the story. So it opens up with this magnificent opening of this Gallifreyan space station that actually is floating through space, and it pulls the TARDIS out of time and makes it materialise inside the space station. And the Doctor is brought into this courtroom, and at first he's not quite sure why he's been brought into it. And soon he actually discovers that he is being put on trial and actually being convicted, or actually of actually breaking the first law of time, to actually not interfere with the affairs of other planets and worlds. And at first he is really defensive about his actions when it comes to other worlds. He keeps on saying that he only does what he does to actually help people, and nothing else. But the Valiard, who's trying to convict the Doctor, is really you can tell that he hates the Doctor, and he feels like that. He is a very childish person that should stand up for what he's done and actually admit to all the wrongs that he's done. So the court actually get up on this big screen all of the events that have actually happened in the Doctor's past, that have been set up as evidence towards the court. and this piece of evidence starts off with the Doctor and Perry landing on this planet that actually looks extremely like Earth. And Perry and the Doctor go well with each other. They really do. They really complement each other really well. And soon they actually discover that they have actually landed on Earth, but in a moment in Earth's history where the entire planet is actually being destroyed. And they soon also discover that there's people living underneath the ground that are being controlled totally by this robot that actually just wants to survive. So is actually using these people, and he's actually forcing them to actually live underground, and not to go outside, because he's basically lying to them, saying that the surface has been totally engulfed with flame and it's constantly on fire. Back on the surface, we actually know that this isn't true, because there's this tribe of warriors that are just trying to kill this robot and to make peace on their world. And I don't really like. They're okay. I wish they could have actually had more central role in this story. They try to kill the robot and to free all of the people that are in the underground city, and the Doctor tries to help him as best he can. The robot's really good in this story. He is a bit stupid in his design,
but he is a very good robot, and and a very good villain. He is really scary. The only problem with this episode I do have is that it is a bit long, and that when people die in this episode, you actually don't really seem to care. But it is a good episode. When it actually comes to recommendations, if you didn't get the box set and you only got this episode, I would watch it, but it's something to watch when you're really ill. Don't go in a mad rush just to buy this separate. Just getting the DVD box set, but as it stands by itself, don't be in a rush to get it. With that said, it is a really good DVD. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. I was going to give it a 8 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 7. The special features on it are really good. It has a behind the scenes making, and it's and that's amazing as well. So yeah, that's my first part of the trial of a Time Lord. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week for the second part, which is called Mind Warp. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys. I'm really grateful for everyone who's actually watching my videos, and I will see you guys next week.